Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Augustine, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about how to save money in the university. So if you haven't watched it already, I made a video about why it is important to save and why people should build the habit and mindset of saving as to spending, since it's going to be profitable for them anyways. So let me ask you right now, how much money have you saved at your current age? A research made shows that most people in their 20s have nothing in savings, so most likely you are above average. However, in order for you to know how much money you should be saving, you should first know what your net worth is. But looking back to that video and being a college student myself, I know saving is a lot easier said than done, since most of us don't have a steady flow of income like a salary to dedicate some part of it to saving. So I decided to make this video to showcase some ways I used to save being a college student myself. Disclaimer, these ways are not going to work overnight and are not going to save you huge amount of money like $1 million. Rather, it builds your habit of savings and adds up with time, so that when you do have a steady flow of income, that habit of savings is already embedded in you. So if you're interested in this video, I want you to do a little thing for me before we get started. When you look below this video, you'll see a thumbs up button. Just click it and watch. It will do something cool. It turns blue. So thank you very much, and let's get straight into the video. The first way I used to save money in the university is through the use of the latte factor. And this comes from the fact that Americans love coffee. Let me explain. Let's say a cup of coffee is about $2. A person, let's say Kojo, loves coffee and buys a cup each morning before going to work. That's $2 a day on coffee. When you work it out, it's $10 a week on coffee to $40 a month on coffee, way up to $480 a year on coffee. $480 invested annually at a 5% interest rate for 30 years with dividends invested back will be $34,678 with total interest at $19,778.
320,000 naira belongs to me. I'm rich.
Potentially, that $2 cup of coffee is costing Kojo up to $35,000. It doesn't have to be coffee, because barely anyone drinks coffee in Ghana.
I drink tea, darling.
The idea is to find out what you spend money on that you can easily do away with, or won't be a big hassle if you didn't spend any money on it. And let me just say, it's not going to be easy to find out what your latte factor is, but if you follow these simple steps, it's going to be easier. 1. Track down all your expenses. I had to literally write down everything I spent money on paper for a whole month. This is going to help you determine the things you spend money on that you actually need and the ones you can do away with. The second thing is to analyze and determine what you can do away with. For me, I realized I was spending way too much on food and data packages, and I knew I could potentially cut those things down. And the third thing is to figure out how much your latte factor is costing you in terms of money and to put the difference in savings. So after budgeting, I realized how much I could cut down on my latte factor and put the difference into savings instead. This is one of those things that's going to be very hard to start with, but when you get used to it, it's going to be adding up over time. So the second way I used to save money in the university is to make some sort of income. Now, if you're anything like me, you're not going to be able to save any substantial amount, considering that the allowance being given to teenagers in Ghana is not that much. So for you to bump up your savings game, you've got to have some sort of income source that's coming in. Listen, I hate to be that guy, but there's always going to be a limit to how much you could possibly save. And to some extent, it's going to make much more sense for you to make more money so you have enough to save. Everyone is going to reach a point where you can't possibly save anymore, regardless of the trick you use, and it's at that point where you should start shifting your focus from trying to save more money to actually learning how to increase your income. There are a lot of ways to do that as a teenager, and that's what this channel is about. I have a lot of video ideas planned up for this channel, including business, side hustles, personal finance, and investing. Like I said before, I love talking about money and finances. So if you're interested in those topics and much more that I'm not going to be talking about in this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out. One misconception I want to clear up before I continue this video is that some people think there's this easy get rich quick scheme you can take and make a lot of money overnight. And from what I've learned, that's just a lie, because in anything you do, especially to make money, you're going to have to put some sort of work into it initially in order for you to gain some results or to gain some money.
It sounds like a get-rich-quick scheme.
Yes, thank you. You will get rich quick. We all will.
As of the time I'm making this video, I actually don't have a job, but I'm planning on taking on an internship. So if it does happen, I'll make a video about it. But internships are one way college students can gain real life experience and also make some income for you to save more at the same time. So I highly recommend. So the third way I used to save money is through the use of opportunity cost. And if you've studied economics before, you should know what this is. Basically, opportunity cost is the highest value alternative that has to be sacrificed for the option that is chosen. So whenever I want to go and buy something, and this works best for those random buys, that's things that you want but you don't need, I first think about what it is costing me to buy that want. After which, if it seems okay to buy, then I buy it. But if I can't handle the opportunity cost of getting that want, I just don't buy. For example, let's say I'm at the mall and I see a dress that costs 200 Ghana cedis. I don't need it, but I want it. So before I buy that dress, I first think about the opportunity cost of that dress to me. And to me is the interest I could have gained if I just invested the money. I know not everyone cares about the interest, and it's not a big deal for you to forgo it. So to you, the opportunity cost of buying that dress could be a PS4 you are saving for, or a trip you are planning to take. Buying that dress means you've sacrificed the money that could have been put into savings for your PS4 or for the trip you are planning for. Also, you could think of the time factor that is sacrificed in order for you to buy that dress. And this works best, especially if you worked for the money. Let's say you get paid 2,000 Ghana cedis a month. That works up to 66 Ghana cedis a day, or 2 cedis 70 pesos per hour. If you buy that dress, it's going to cost you 3 days or 72 hours of work to get that money back. Opportunity cost is a little bit related to the lactive factor, because you are reminded to only get things that you need and forgo the stuff that you can do away with, since it's going to cost you more time or money to make it back anyways. If you want to take it a step further, you can start thinking, if someone was to give you the cash equivalent of that thing, would you rather just have the cash instead? Would you rather have a 200 Ghana cedis dress or have the cash instead? Would you rather have a 200 Ghana cedis breakfast or have the cash instead? Would you rather have a 1,000 Ghana cedis shoe or have the cash instead? Listen, I'm just saying it's something to think about. So the more you start to think like this, the more it starts to feel like you're being paid to save. Guaranteed, if you start to put the cash equivalent of what you didn't buy into savings, over time you start to see the immediate effect of your money adding up.
The game plan is you go in there, hit them with some good shit, and come home with a pocket full of cash.
There are more tricks I used to save money that I'm not going to mention in this video. I might make a part 2 if you guys want me to. But if you guys apply the ones I've mentioned, you're going to build the habit of savings so that when you do have a steady flow of income, you're able to save more.
I'm just helping you invest in your future, my friend.
So that's for this week's video. I hope you guys got some value from it. You can follow me on Instagram. I'm going to put the handle over here. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, and till we meet again, stay safe.